After a two-week break, Major League Soccer is back with action from a full round of fixtures, which saw Eastern Conference leaders Philadelphia head to New York City. FC Dallas were hopeful of continuing their fine run in the West. They faced a struggling Sporting Kansas City. And in Canada, two teams were looking to reignite their campaigns. Toronto FC hosting LA Galaxy.
We start in the Eastern Conference as New York City FC welcomed leaders Philadelphia to the Big Apple. This was the New Yorkers' fourth consecutive MLS home game, but they'd earned just 1 point in the previous three, conceding 12 times in the process, and also lost here to New York Cosmos in the US Open Cup. There had been one ray of light though, in 19-year-old Jack Harrison. The franchise's youngest ever player scored in just his second appearance in defeat to Real Salt Lake. Harrison and co were up against one of the standout goalkeepers in MLS, Andre Blake. Philly's #1 returned to domestic duty following Jamaica's Copa America exit, as the Union looked to extend a franchise record-equalling 8-game unbeaten run.
Everyone wants to beat us right now, and playing at home, they definitely, I'm pretty sure they're going to think they can beat us, or they're going to want to go out there and beat us. But it's more about us, and we just got to focus on what we've been doing and keep doing what we've been doing.
We joined the action early in the first half.
Allen's covered good ground, forward from fullback, and he's still going here is Allen. Cuts it back as well. McNamara might come for Lampard, does! First start of the season, first goal for Frank Lampard. NYCFC in front with just 7 minutes on the clock.
Creval, Saunders could have been in a bit of trouble.
There's an audacious effort, oh so close to being absolutely brilliant. The follow-up is equally close from Lampard. Well, what a moment of magic from David Villa.
It would have been the goal of the MLS season thus far by some distance. Trouble, big trouble.
There goes Harrison. Was he being pulled back? If he was, he's managed to keep his feet. Still going here, he's covered really good ground. And there is the finish for 2-0. All too easy in the end. David Villa has his goal. And New York City FC make their early pressure pay in some style.
Well, I did say they're a very dangerous side when they take the lead. And this guy is trying to get back. He does well. Look at this awareness. It's a wonderful finish.
He stands over it and leaves it for Andrea Pirlo. 3-0. The superstars are coming to the party for New York City FC. Pirlo adds his name to the score sheet as well for the first time in his MLS career.
Brilliant free kick from a master.
It's a little more promising for them if it can come down for Herbers. He's still in there battling for it, wants the penalty, and he's going to get it. Well, again, he's at the centre of the drama. Petrescu here, those protests will continue.
It's a definite penalty. I mean, Hernandez going bananas. It's good. Herbers, he gets his body across him. It's a definite penalty. Today, tomorrow, every day.
Philadelphia Union have the chance, maybe, to get themselves back in this. Dramatic start to the second half, and they are back in it. It's coolly converted by Olberg. Areola dispossessed in the midfield. It's launched long. The two goes down under the challenge of Hernandez, who's another that has already been booked, and he is off. Jason Hernandez showing the second yellow. New York City FC will have to see this through, a man short. Almost caught between two minds whether to go for the corner or cross it, and in the end it was not quite either. It's Barnetta with the corner for Philadelphia Union. Another free header, deflected on and in this time, and there might just be the most dramatic of the finishes yet. Well, it's not another own goal from Brion, is it? Seconds from a second home victory, New York City FC, if they can defend this. In by Barnetta, everybody forward, including Andre Blake. Goalkeeper's calling for it, actually. Oh, that's a big decision to make. They want the penalty. It's not been given. Well, incredible. That's the final whistle, I think. When they were desperate for him to blow and point to the penalty spot. The drama right to the wire.
What I will keep in mind is the team performance, the way we play, especially in the first half. And when we went through a difficult period with 10 men, how we stick together, it was really difficult. And taking the 3 points today was really important for us.
It was an emotional evening in Florida as Orlando City hosted San Jose Earthquakes. The Lions' Seb Hines had the first chance of a match, which was Orlando's first sporting event since 49 people were killed in a nightclub shooting the previous weekend.
Please join us in a moment of silence to honor the 49 victims.
As a mark of respect, the game was halted in the 49th minute to honour the victims of the tragedy. When play resumed, it was Hines who opened the scoring, converting from Adrian Vinter's corner in the 66th minute. In a match that featured more than its fair share of late drama, the Quakes thought they'd snatched a point with 5 minutes remaining. Substitute Shea Salinas and Chad Barrett combined for this equaliser. There was certainly no shortage of super subs on display. Julio Baptista, who had also come on in the second half, restored Orlando's lead as the game entered injury time. A fearsome second goal of the season from the man they called the Beast. But it wasn't enough to secure Orlando the points. In the last seconds of stoppage time, Salinas completed his match-changing cameo, firing a dramatic equaliser that meant Orlando had to settle for an 8th draw of the season.
Finished 4-4 between Columbus and Montreal back in May, but the absence of key players meant there was no repeat of the drama this time round. Crew SC had to make do without Federico Higuain through injury, and Justin Merum's effort was the best the home side had to offer. Montreal were feeling the loss of their own star man, Ignacio Piatti, still recovering from a hand injury. Lucas Ontivero tried his best to fill the void, but found Steve Clark in stubborn mood. The Impact were chasing the win that would keep them firmly in touch with Eastern Conference leaders Philadelphia. After the break, Ontivero once again took matters into his own hands, but blew his chance to grab the headlines.
Already in possession of the worst away run in MLS history, Chicago Fire show no signs of helping themselves. At Colorado, the Rapids' Kevin Doyle took advantage of calamitous play from Jalmaira and Sean Johnson. The goalkeeper made partial amends as Colorado threatened a second goal. Dylan Powers unchallenged on a run that began deep in his own half until Johnson made the save. The Fire's last away win was in July 2014. To them, any points earned on the road are precious. So no surprise that huge celebrations greeted this Joey Calistri equaliser. It came with only 9 minutes to play and looked like preventing a 4th straight away defeat. But Chicago couldn't hold on. 89 minutes were showing, and Marco Papa's shot brought out the worst in defender Jonathan Campbell. An awful moment for him, but on Father's Day, Papa will surely claim the goal. 3 more points for Colorado, who with only 2 defeats are the hardest side to beat in MLS this season.
With Colorado victorious, Dallas needed to keep the pace in the Western Conference when they met Sporting Kansas City. The Kansas City club were in poor form ahead of the visited high-flying Dallas. Goalkeeper Tim Melia had conceded in 10 of his last 11 MLS games, but did keep a clean sheet against LA Galaxy last time out.
We got to do what we're good at. Doesn't matter who we're playing against, we just got to get out there and get on the right foot again.
Dallas, meanwhile, arrived in Missouri on a 5-game unbeaten streak, with Fabian Castillo once again set to play a key role. The Colombian had featured in every game this season for the Texans, with 3 assists and 3 goals to his name. We join the action in the 15th minute.
Oh, that's a terrible back pass, and it may well go in. It does go in! Well, I thought that ball had crossed the line. Well, we've got to have another look at that. Well, it's a yard over.
I think it's gone over the line. Yes, it has.
Parra nearly caught in possession. He was caught in possession, and this is Castillo. Maybe he can make sure this time. Looks to flick it to his right. It's a good stop. Castillo again, and no one wants to get the ball in the back of the net at the moment. Castillo does indeed do it, but the referee has blown. Now you just wonder, was there an offside flag here? Barrios wants to let the ball do the work. He gets just enough on that. This is Castillo racing forward. He's still Castillo! Oh, he's in the post! FC Dallas really should be in front. This is Hallisey. He's got Peterson if he can find him. This is Peterson. Now can he finish? Great stop by Seitz. Might come back out to Hallisey. They're claiming handball. This is Peterson again! Slashed wide.
And really, Peterson's got to put this away. He takes his time. It is a fantastic save by Seitz.
One or two of these Sporting Kansas City players look to the referee as Zimmerman seemed to handle it. Let's see what Sporting Kansas City can do here. Delivery all important. Whipped into the near post and somehow finds the corner. Well, Alum, I think, has put it in. Well, it's interesting that the FC Dallas players are all looking to the assistant, suggesting there was foul play, but it will stand. Alum has managed to get something on it to find the corner, and Seitz has been beaten. Fehlhopper. And again, was he taken down inside the area? He was. Jorge Gonzalez points to the spot. FC Dallas players don't dispute this one. Fehlhopper was going through.
He takes the first touch and no one's touched him. It's a terrible decision.
Can he make it 2-0? He had it on time at the end of the first half. No mistake whatsoever. I guess you have to credit Sporting Kansas City the way they've closed out this second period. They have been much better organised. They've not allowed FC Dallas any sort of room in dangerous areas. Chance here, though. Oh, wide of the target. Zimmerman up from the back. He'd stayed forward. What an opportunity. Sporting Kansas City win by 2-0.
It was great from an ability for us to be able to, from a fitness perspective, be able to handle it, grind it out, do what we had to do to get the 3 points.
Still to come, we're in Canada as Toronto FC welcome LA Galaxy to BMO Field.
Fifth place in the East welcomed fifth place in the West as Toronto FC faced LA Galaxy at BMO Field. Set to be an emotional occasion for Toronto boss Greg Vanney, who spent the majority of his 13-year playing career with the Galaxy. And victory over his former side would be a welcome boost. Toronto were 4 games without a win, having lost 3-0 to New York Red Bulls last time out. Los Angeles had also been struggling, as they too had only tasted victory once in their previous 6 MLS games. And with Jarcy Zardis and Robbie Keane both still on international duty, Mike McGee would be crucial. The midfielder had played a role in 9 Galaxy goals this season. We join the action in the 7th minute.
Now a chance for Toronto at last with Endo, the Japanese striker. Javinko. And still. Well, he doesn't need a second invitation, does he? If he gets a side of goal, he usually lets fly. Rentowicz has got it through. Here's Leggett. Oh, what a terrible finish. He knows it. Opened his body up and put it a long, long way wide. Just the 1 goal last season for Zabaleta. Oh, Leggett. Good effort. Good save as well. This one much further out than the earlier chance, but he got this one on target. Lovely clean hit from Sebastian Lletget. Hamilton. That's better from him. Morrow. Out by Steres. Fourth corner for Toronto. Oof. Well, Ashley Cole in front of the goalkeeper. I think Brian Rowe thought he was just going to make a perfectly comfortable take there. Hamilton again. Good strength. Delgado. Cheroux. Well, he really caught hold of that one. Good save by Rowe, who probably saw that quite late. Morrow. Shevchenko, the target of that ball. He's in round the back of Steres. Still Shevchenko. What a good save by Rowe. For the first time they got him behind. And Rowe was called upon and did his job. Cheroux. Flicked on. Oh, what a chance! And a goal for Moore. 15 minutes to play. And Drew Moore grabs his second of the season. Perfectly placed into the bottom corner. He stayed forward from the corner and got his rewards. And it's a first win in 5 league games for Toronto FC.
Before the 2-week break, New England had hinted at a revival. At Vancouver, the Revs picked up where they left off. Kellen Rowe crashing a header onto the Whitecaps' crossbar early on. New England's opener arrived soon afterwards. From Lee Wynn's perfectly flighted delivery, defender London Woodbury headed his first MLS goal. Vancouver had been unbeaten in 7 home matches previously. And sure enough, they were back on level terms before half-time. Nicholas Mosquita's free kick sailed through a gap in the New England wall, giving Brad Knighton no chance of stopping it. But Vancouver's hard work was undone in the second half when Daigo Kobayashi dispossessed Russell Chibert. The Whitecaps defender claiming a foul as Rowe lashed in a first-time finish. A real sickener for the home side, who had dominated proceedings. According to coach Carl Robinson, the performance was good enough to have secured victory. Instead, Vancouver were left to rue a host of missed chances. Kakuta Mane was particularly wasteful in front of goal as the Revs held on for a first away win of 2016.
An inter-conference clash where neither Houston or DC United managed a single shot on goal before the break. Will Bruin rattled the post in the second half for a Dynamo side still chasing its first win under interim coach Wade Barrett. Goals have also been in short supply for their opponents recently. Their shortcomings at the sharp end of the pitch once again underlined by Luciano Acosta's miss. A lengthy injury list may be a factor behind DC United's struggles, and they were indebted to their goalkeeper, who'd made 2 fantastic saves in stoppage time. Bill Hamid going full length to first deny substitute Mauro Manotas, and then displaying quick reactions to prevent Raul Rodriguez from grabbing the winner. David Horst blazed over the rebound to leave the home side with a 3rd straight draw.
Real Salt Lake's first home game in more than a month was a lively affair. Burrito Martinez put them ahead against a Portland Timbers side that fought every inch of the way. Parity was restored when RSL switched off in defence. Fernando Ardi, though, was alert as ever and bagged his 9th goal of the season. A 3rd of those have come against Salt Lake. With half-time looming, the Timbers then edged ahead. Diego Valeri's shot hitting the post, but rebounding nicely for Lucas Melano. Suddenly, Real Salt Lake were in danger of suffering a first home defeat of the season. But help was on hand. With just over 20 minutes to go, Jermaine Taylor was tempted into a rash challenge on Urim Movsisyan. Referee Alan Kelly had a good view of it and awarded the penalty. Movsisyan took it himself, and although goalkeeper Jake Gleeson guessed correctly, The Armenian spot kick was just too accurate. Gleeson had had a good day for the Timbers, making several stunning saves. His duel with Movsisian was reconvened soon afterwards. This time, the goalkeeper came out on top. Both sides had chances to win the game. Darren Mattox thought he'd done just that. But an offside flag denied Portland victory. Closer examination suggested they had every reason to feel hard done by.
On paper, a tough assignment for Seattle, but in reality, they asked plenty of questions of a New York Red Bulls team who've been in red-hot form. Same can be said for Sounders rookie Jordan Morris, who almost extended his recent scoring streak. After 3 league wins on the bounce, scoring 11 without reply, the Red Bulls soon hit the front. Sasha Kleshchan struck the post and Mike Greller gleefully tucked away the rebound. The 29-year-old once again underlining his importance to the team with his 6th goal of the campaign. But with a new-look lineup sprinkled with several young faces, Seattle refused to go quietly. Aaron Kovar inches away from getting his team back on terms. It was clear the home side needed the security of another goal, which duly arrived just shy of the hour mark as Greller nipped in to finish brilliantly to bag his 2nd of the match. That meant the Sounders were heading towards a 4th defeat in 5, which leaves them just 2 points off the bottom in the West. But no such worries for the Red Bulls, who've narrowed the gap at the top of the East. Having already secured the team the points, Greller almost secured the match ball. But on this occasion, his radar was slightly off. Leaders Philadelphia will be looking nervously over their shoulders.
So this is how week 15 played out. Philadelphia Union losing their 8-game unbeaten run, defeated in New York. Colorado extended their purple patch at the expense of a struggling Chicago Fire side, and FC Dallas were beaten in Kansas City in controversial circumstances.
So Colorado open up a 3-point lead at the top of the West, courtesy of their 9th win of the campaign, which already matches last season's total. FC Dallas lost ground after their surprise defeat at Sporting Kansas City, who climbed 4 places to 4th, while San Jose drop into the bottom 4.
The Eastern Conference could hardly be closer. The top 4 sides are separated by only 3 points now, with New England Revolution and Toronto FC a further point off the pace. With the Canadian sides having played at least 1 game fewer than the teams above them, it really is neck and neck in the East.
Both conference leaders play in midweek, and next weekend we'll have action from the 3rd California Classico of the season. The San Jose lock horns with LA Galaxy. FC Dallas face Real Salt Lake as both sides try and hunt down Colorado, whilst Philadelphia put their excellent home record on the line against Vancouver.
So a much better week for New York. Red Bulls and NYCFC both victorious, and now breathing right down the neck of Philadelphia Union. That's all from us for this week, but check out MLSsoccer.com for all the latest from both conferences. Until next time, from Paul Walker and me, Dan Mason, it's goodbye.
This copyrighted telecast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.